give y'all some context, I had no hair. It was completely shaved. Hey, it is Victoria, and welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys everything that I do for my hair in order to accelerate hair growth. So stay tuned, it's coming up next. All right, guys, so just to give y'all some context, I had no hair. It was completely shaved. So I started from here and I ended up here doing exactly what I'm about to tell you guys today. So basically what I did is I decided to go the natural route. If you're not new here, you guys know I am a DIY queen. So I noticed that the stores, the products that they had at the stores, they had things that were in the products that were good for your hair, but then it also had things that were bad for your hair in the products. So they're kind of like countering each other. So what I decided to do is I decided to do it on my own. And the first thing that I stopped doing is I stopped using shampoo in my hair. And I know that sounds crazy for those of you who have never tried it, but the shampoo is actually stripping your hair and making your hair very dry. So what I did instead is I used apple cider vinegar. I'll show you guys the type that I use. A lot of you don't like Bragg's for some reason, but I love this. This is what I used in my hair. This is what I still use in my hair. Make sure it says with the mother. You don't have to get the Bragg's brand. You can get a different brand. Just make sure it says with the mother. And what I would do is I would use this to clarify my scalp, and I also use it to restore my pH. When your hair is at the proper pH balance, or your scalp is, it's going to help stimulate hair growth. So this is what I used instead. So basically what I do is I fill up a spray bottle and I fill it halfway up with apple cider vinegar and halfway up with water, and then I spray it directly onto my scalp. Other than that, all I do is co-wash my hair. Co-wash is when you only use conditioner. The conditioner that I like to use is Jamaican Black Castor Oil by Shea Moisture. I love that. The next thing that I use is aloe. Aloe vera from the plant, or aloe vera juice. It's gonna nourish your hair. It's gonna stimulate hair growth. The one that I used to use was from Walmart. I showed you guys this in several videos before. It was this one. But I think they changed the ingredients because the last time that I used it, it made my hair really, really dry. So now I use this one here. You guys can see that. It is from Lily of the Desert. Another one of my favorites along with aloe, because aloe is gonna moisturize your hair, it's gonna nourish your hair, and it's gonna stimulate hair growth. But my top favorite hair growth ingredients are rosemary oil and tea tree oil, especially when you pair them together and massage it into your scalp. I told you guys in a video prior that rosemary oil is just as effective as Rogaine. The active ingredient in Rogaine is minoxidil, and rosemary is just as effective as minoxidil. What you wanna do is you wanna take that, pair that with tea tree oil, put it in a carrier oil like coconut oil or jojoba oil. I do mine with jojoba oil, and massage that into your scalp as often as possible. I do mine every night because y'all know I'm very extreme, but I do mine every single night. And what I do is I flip my head over and I do what's called the inversion method. What that's gonna do is it's going to bring the blood to your scalp, and that's gonna also help stimulate hair growth. I made a community post the other day asking you guys what questions you all had regarding hair, and the question that I got asked most is how often I trimmed my hair. Girl, I don't believe in that. Before I had heat damage to my hair and recently had to cut it, I cut off about 6 inches, y'all. It was very sad for me. But I did not really trim my hair very often. What I did instead is I used Jamaican Black Castor Oil, and I use this as a sealant to the ends of my hair. So basically what I would do, it's very sticky, but what I would do is I would just pour out a little bit, take it, and then glide it to the ends of my hair. It's going to protect your ends. So you're really not gonna need to get your hair trimmed that often. I also use Jamaican Black Castor Oil on my scalp, but I make sure not to use too much of it because like I said, it is really sticky. And what happens with that is it could actually block your cuticles, and it could cause your hair strands to just pull right out. So I just do the tiniest amount, and what I do is I put everything in a dropper bottle. I put the tea tree oil, the rosemary oil, the Jamaican black castor oil. I put baobab, peppermint. Peppermint is another good one because it also helps stimulate hair growth. Anything that's kind of tingly that you put in your hair as far as essential oil is going to help stimulate hair growth because it draws the blood to the scalp. I also have aloe in here. I put everything in a dropper bottle. I actually make these. I'll leave a link in my description box. It's called my Dream Hair Growth Serum if you guys want to check it out. But I put it all in my scalp and then I massage it into my scalp along with everything else. So everything I just kind of put in here and do it all at once. Y'all are not gonna like this one, but it's on my list and I'm gonna tell you what it says anyway. Protective styling, at least for me, just did not work well. It just broke my hair off so bad. I remember and tried to do like these bohemian twists. I even did it myself to make sure that I was being gentle on my hair. I took it out myself, so I was very gentle taking it out. But the friction from just the weave itself, the braiding hair, it caused breakage to my hair because my hair is very delicate and a lot of you guys' hair is really delicate. You just don't know it. So also in regards to protective styling like weaves or braids, those types of things, my hair just cannot withstand it. Any type of friction, just think about it. So if this is your hair strand and the weave is rubbing against it like this, your hair is going to break off. So I try to avoid any type of protective styling at all. I don't recommend it. Even if you're doing just like the clips, it has to clamp onto something. I would just not do the protective styling. I think there's like the lace front wigs and those types of things. And then you're gonna pull all of your edges out. I think they glue it to the front of your head. So I would avoid protective styling. Another thing that causes friction is when you're sleeping on cotton pillowcases. Make sure you're using satin or silk pillowcases. I always sleep on a satin or silk pillowcase. I like the one by Lily Silk. I think I showed you guys in a video prior the Lily Silk pillowcase that I use. And at night, I flip my hair up. I never let my ends touch the pillowcase. I never leave them exposed for that because your ends are the most important parts of your hair. That's why I seal it with the Jamaican black castor oil, because once that end splits, it travels all the way up to the root of your hair and that's gone. That piece of hair is gone. So you make sure you take care of your ends, avoid friction, and make sure you're always sleeping on a satin pillowcase. Even if you're using a bonnet or a satin scarf, but if it falls off, make sure you're sleeping on a satin pillowcase. And it's easier that way, it's just more comfortable. When you're detangling your hair, make sure to use a wet brush. That has been a game changer because what I learned in the past when I was using just combs or just thick bristle brushes to try to detangle my hair, I was breaking my hair off. So I couldn't tell that my hair was growing because it was breaking at the same rate at which it was growing. So it always looked like my hair was stunted. Now, as far as deep conditionings and hot oil treatments, you guys asked me about this as well. Make it yourself because yours is gonna be way more effective than what you get at the store. So what I do is I take avocado, banana, as well as honey. Honey is a humectant, so it's gonna lock in that moisture. And then I take conditioner, mix it all together, and I put that on my hair. I leave that on my hair for sometimes an hour, sometimes 5 hours. But your hair is gonna be beautiful with your own deep conditioning. And when you do it that way, you're not adding any harsh chemicals or additives that you find at the store. And you're really nourishing your hair with the key ingredients that you see on the back of masks and products that are already on the shelves. And you're getting more of it because it's fresh, it's organic, and you're getting it and it's penetrating the shafts of your hair. So I just like to make it myself. As far as a hot oil treatment, all I do is I take the bulk shea butter, I put it in a pot, I let it melt down. Talk about beautiful, shiny, gorgeous afterwards. That is it. I put that all over my hair. It is going to turn into like a sticky type of texture because it's going to start solidifying again. But it is gorgeous. I just rinse that out and then it looks absolutely gorgeous. Another thing that I did that was so important was I changed out my shower head. The water that is coming from your drains, that is coming from your faucets, that's going directly onto your hair and skin, has chlorine in it. Chlorine is going to break your hair off. So if you get a filtered shower head, I'm gonna show you guys the one that I'm using now. This is by Afina. It looks like that. And the reason why this is so great for the hair is because it filters out 98% of the harsh chemicals that are in the water. It filters out chlorine, it's good for your skin. It's really great for pretty much everything, but you're gonna really see a huge difference in your hair. I'm gonna leave a link in the description box for you guys to get a discount. Also, I'll leave a QR code here. You guys can just click on that and get a discount for Afina shower head. But it looks like this. And this has worked wonders on my hair. I know that my house caught fire last year and I ended up having to stay at an apartment. I saw a difference in my hair within like the first week because I didn't have a filtered shower head. So I went and got my shower head, my Afina shower head, and assembled it there. It is so easy to assemble. It literally takes about 3 minutes. So make sure that you're using a filtered shower head. Afina is the best one. It comes #1 recommended by dermatologists, and then it also filters out the most harsh chemicals. I'm looking down at my notes. I took notes because y'all know I'm gonna be thorough if I'm not anything else. But the next thing you wanna do, or the next thing that I did, is I made sure to stop using heat in my hair. You guys know that I've been on this journey for quite a while, showing you guys what I use to help stimulate hair growth, my hair growth journey from when I first did the big shave. But I stopped using heat in my hair because it was breaking my hair off so terribly. I didn't know that then, but I know that now. I actually just, not too long ago, I told myself that my hair could withstand heat. So I went and did a silk press about 2 years ago, tore my hair up. I did a whole video on it. I'll make sure to link it below. But it just ruined my curl pattern. My hair was thin, it was brittle. I'm gonna insert some pictures here so you guys can see. But the heat in your hair, if you're really trying to stimulate hair growth, leave the heat alone. Just leave it alone. What you can use instead is you can use a steamer. I just did a short on this. I'm gonna insert a picture of it here. I like this steamer instead because I had 0 heat damage. What it does instead is it actually puts moisture into your hair instead of stripping the moisture out of your hair. So that is how I straighten my hair now. Now I'm just gonna say this real fast and get it over with because I know y'all don't wanna hear this. But make sure that you're having foods, okay? Like probiotics. You know I'm gonna mention probiotics in every video. I just did a video on how to make coconut kefir, so make sure to check that out. I'm gonna link it in the description box below. But probiotic rich foods, guys, everything starts in your gut. Probiotic rich foods helps you to properly assimilate nutrients in order for everything to look beautiful. Your hair, your skin, your nails. Because if you're not getting the nutrients properly assimilated into your body, you're not gonna reap any benefits from it. And in order to do that, you have to have probiotic rich foods. Another thing that I like to incorporate is to make sure I have lots of biotin, selenium, vitamin E, and then I also take cod liver oil. I take a teaspoon of cod liver oil a day. I like the type by Carlson because that is high in omega-3s, and that's just gonna be absolutely beautiful for your hair. So make sure you are having the proper nutrients to help support your hair growth. So just like think about it. So if you are putting a product on your hair that has vitamin B in it, or you're putting biotin in your hair, or you're putting like aloe in your hair, or anything that says that it's like high in all of these nutrients that are great for the hair, it is great for the hair. But like eat it too. That is gonna be more beneficial than just slapping it on your hair and on your scalp. So make sure that you are getting this into your body. I can't stress that part enough. I'm gonna put it in bold on the screen, like right here. But anyway, if you guys have any questions for me, leave it in the comments section. I'm gonna put all of my videos, like a whole playlist of like what I do in a day with my hair, like my hair journey, where I started, just anything that I may have left out. I have a full hair playlist so you guys can take a look at it. If you have any questions, leave it for me in the comments section. Don't forget to check out Afina shower head. Amazing, okay guys? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.